Connecting. Extrapolating. Downloading. Uploading. Sideways loading. Dial-up connection. Anybody remember dial-up? That was fun. You know, I kind of miss dial-up sometimes, you know? I miss the old dial-up, like... That was fun. That was fun, you know? It was like nice to take a break from the internet. Back in dial-up days, it was like, no, you have to take a break for right now. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'd be playing RuneScape and the network, like the internet would drop and I'd have to reconnect. And that would take like 1 or 2 minutes. And I'd be like, oh, cool. I'll go to the bathroom, or I'll grab an iced tea, or I'll get a sandwich, you know? It was nice. It was nice to wake up in the morning, go on the computer, click connect, and then like, all right, I'm going to go brew some coffee while I connect to the internet. Everybody nowadays, we just have the internet at the tip of our fingers. We just do this. I didn't drink coffee when I was a little kid. I don't know why I use that as a comparison, but, you know, you could, technically. You could. Windows Paint and pinball was fun. Oh, dude, old school pinball. See, when we got our first computer back in 2001, it had Windows Me, and we actually didn't have the internet for, like, the first few weeks. Like, my dad had to schedule internet for later. So for, like, the first month or so, we had our computer. I couldn't even get on the internet, but I was, like, blown away by it because I could play Minesweeper and that pinball game. Yeah. Do you think there's a Roger Seraphim? Yeah, so this is a One Piece Q&A question. The dial-up thing was just a clever intro. So we're going to be doing another One Piece question and answer stream. Feel free to send in your questions, and I'm also going to be opening fan mail. I have a big stack of fan mail here. So what I'm going to do to kind of like make this all pragmatic and whatnot is I'm going to answer some questions, and then I'm going to open like 1 or 2 pieces of mail. I got like, you know, I got a stack over here. I got some letters. I got a few boxes. So I'll like open a couple of fan mail, and then we'll go back to questions, and then we'll kind of like alternate back and forth. That sound good to you? That sound good to me? I don't know why I'm talking like Jimmy from One Piece D&D. Jimmy! Forget about it. All right. But anyway, yeah, Roger Seraphim. So this brings up a question that I addressed in like one of my recent videos. I might actually make a whole dedicated video about this. What happened to Roger's corpse? Because like the government killed him, and they have his corpse. Now, they could have just used it as, like, I guarantee, like, I said a joke, like, Garling has it in his, like, sitting room or something. But the more I think about that, the more it makes sense that the government would want to, like, experiment on Roger's corpse, but also, like, have it as, like, a symbol of, like, this is what happens when you cross us, you know, kind of shit. Like, we captured the king of the pirates and we killed him, you know? Even though he turned himself in, like, what happened to the body after? The only thing is maybe Garp stepped in, just kind of like how Shanks stepped in at the war and is like, I'm taking Whitebeard and Ace's bodies out of here. I'm not letting you, like, impale them on the opening of Marineford at the Bayhead so you can intimidate all these pirates that we killed by Whitebeard or whatever. Like, no, I'm bringing that back, you know what I mean? So maybe Garp did something similar. Garp was like, I'll make sure Roger has a proper burial. But, like, even then, it's like, I don't know if he has the authority to do that. Trey, do you think Kaido was trying to do a good thing in the worst way possible, basically forcing Joy Boy into the world to change it? No, I don't think Kaido was doing a good thing in the worst way. I think he was just, like, he wanted to be a dictator of a pirate world. Basically, the kind of the same thing that, Blackbeard's trying to do. It's that he didn't even Kaido didn't even believe in the Joy Boy thing initially. It was after like years and years of King, of Albert telling him like, dude, you're Joy Boy. You're the reincarnation of this like sun god. You're going to bring in a new era. And like, there's even a scene with Kaido and King like chilling out drinking. And Kaido's like, damn it, King, do you really think I'm this guy? And King's like, yes, I do. And Kaido's like, all right, well, I guess so. So maybe after, like, you know, it's like you tell that to yourself over and over again, eventually you end up believing it. And so Kaido was like, all right, screw it. If I'm going to change the world, I might as well change the world into what I want. And that's a world run by pirates where might makes right, baby. Like, that's what he wanted. And so that's what he was doing. I don't think that's a good thing. Because I don't think it would be replacing the world government with a system that would be better. It would be about the same, if not worse, under Kaido. It would be more like there would still be slaves. There would still be horrible oppression. It's just that Kaido's your ruler instead of the Gorosei, right? Like, that's not a good thing. Why can Nagato not walk even in his Edo Tensei? Yeah, you know, I always wondered that about Naruto. And like that was an interesting thing there. Like, even as a zombie, he can't walk. So, I think he can walk, but he needs, like, help. I don't know, man. That jutsu was always weird. Yeah, okay. Since Kaido had the fish fruit, is there any chance he could have the ability to breathe underwater? So, it might be a situation like with, Jack. Where Jack could breathe underwater. He was a full-blooded fish man. So, in the case with Kaido, the idea is that if you fall, you know, like if you fall in the water, the devil fruit ability doesn't work as well. But Kaido's really, really, really strong. And the idea is like if you would have just jumped in the water to kill him already, wouldn't you have already have done that kind of situation? Right? Like, the government captured him so many times. Vegapunk had him at Punk Hazard. Like, why not just dunk him in a, like, not even dunk him, but, like, have him in a lab and then flood the lab, and then that'll kill him, right? Like, that should be how it works, right? And that never happens. So I'm assuming it doesn't work. I don't know if that's just because he can breathe underwater, although he had the fruit. Well, Big Mom stole it at God Valley, and we never actually saw the trade-off between, Big Mom and Kaido. We never actually saw Big Mom giving the fruit to Kaido. All right. So if that's the situation, that this happened there, right? Maybe every time they tried to kill Kaido, he could breathe underwater, and that's why they couldn't kill him. I don't know. The Grim Senpai, Subteching, got a question for you that's been on my mind a lot lately. Do you think Oda has shown or mentioned what the One Piece is already, as in something none of us would expect hidden in plain sight? Okay. So, I think Oda, when he was doing the Odin flashback with Roger, he specifically mentioned, what was it? He had a line, I can't remember if it was in an interview. I think it was in SBS. And in that SBS, he mentions, I gotta be careful. I don't want to accidentally reveal what the One Piece is. You know? So, I don't think Oda would reveal it in that way beforehand, because that's like the entire premise of the story. Yeah. So, I want to see a little bit of the Void Century, and Oda's already got kind of giving us context clues with that. We have Zunisha, we have Emeth. You know, we're learning a little bit about Joy Boy's crew. Vegapunk's message elucidated some stuff. But I don't think he's going to go the extra mile and actually, like, we already know what the One Piece is, because that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Hope you're doing great. Anyways, my question is, did Mihawk essentially kill Zoro metaphorically, given Zoro's change after that? Did Mihawk essentially kill Zoro metaphorically, given Zoro's change? Oh, are you talking about, so, like, the whole idea that, like, Zoro bowed down before Mihawk and told him, hey, I'm willing to put my dream aside for the sake of Luffy's dream. Did he technically, like, kill the dream at that point or something like that? I don't think so. Like, Zoro still is going to fight Mihawk at some point, and we don't know what the whole training entailed. We don't know if Zoro ever directly fought Mihawk, like, during the training. Like, Mihawk took out Yoru, and he's just like, let's go, your final lesson. Ah! You know, like anything like that. So, I'm assuming it was more of just like, I'm going to teach you about hockey in a roundabout way. Like when we saw the one flashback when he was training, right? With the whole like, I will teach you the art of armament hockey, and I forbid you to touch booze until you do that. So it might have been a lot of like that type of training. Like one step at a time, kind of like, oh, I forbid you from touching alcohol until you master this. And that got him motivated to do it, kind of stuff. Maybe there was a final battle with Zoro and Mihawk where Mihawk used the little tiny like knife thing that he used to stab Zoro, which, by the way, he could have used to defeat Zoro way back at Baratier. Like, Zoro was, like, not strong enough to even withstand that, so Mihawk could have defeated him there just with that. He used Yoru as, like, a sign of respect back at the Baratier, right? So, yeah, no, I don't think he took away his dream or anything like that. Not really. It's just that Zoro realizes, I'm the first mate, although he's not the first mate, but he is the first mate. I'm the first mate of the Straw Hat crew. Luffy's dream is paramount. I want to see him achieve his dream at least first. Like, even if it's like Luffy achieves his dream first and then I achieve my dream later, that's fine. I just want Luffy to achieve his, right? That's the idea. Yeah, we're going to get back to One Piece TCG at some point with Briggs. It's just because of the holidays, and then Briggs was moving. There was, like, some stuff, and then I was busy a couple of those weeks. So, yeah, in fact, just yesterday, it was a Tuesday, and I was like, are we going to do the whole One Piece TCG thing today? And it just didn't end up happening. Maybe next week we'll get back into the flow of it. Got to get back into the rhythm of things. Thank you, Matt, for the 5. We know Madame Charlie saw Luffy destroying Fishman Island. Do you think Blackbeard will also play a role in that? Maybe, but I always like the idea that Luffy is straight up the cause that Fishman Island is destroyed. Now, it's not a bad thing because, yeah, they are losing their homeland necessarily, but they have the Noah to, like, evacuate everybody on, and then they're going to rebuild on the surface, which they'll be able to live under the sun, and I think Luffy is going to be responsible for that directly. You know, Luffy's going to get into some massive fight, maybe above Fishman Island or in Marijois, and cause the collapse of the Sunlight Tree or something like that. Like, it's going to seem like end of the world type shit here. But yeah. Do you think it's a possibility that the Giants haven't killed Loki so that his devil fruit won't reincarnate? Do you think it's possible that the Giants haven't killed Loki so that his devil fruit reincarnate? Well, you'd think they would want it to reincarnate, right? Because that's the whole point of the power. The whole point of the power is it's super dangerous, and well, I guess we don't know it's super dangerous, but the implication is it's super dangerous. The implication is when Loki ate it, he went crazy, you know, and it's like, oh, we got to chain him to the tree, right? Okay. So I guess the idea is that you can't kill Loki, or they tried and it just didn't work. Because everybody hates him. Everyone's under the idea, like, we hate Loki for killing King Harald. All right, that sucks, right? So if it's like we kill him and then we get the fruit back, you think that would have solved all the problems. I mean, King Harald is still dead, but you think that would have, like, solved the issue. The king has been avenged. The King Slayer has been killed. The false giant, or whatever the hell. The false prince or something. The fact they hadn't killed him, maybe they literally can't. Maybe that's a fruit that gives him some kind of immortality ability with the use of the mythical zones or something. Maybe. I don't know. Thoughts on Pell from Alabasta still being alive? Loved his character. He had a great ending. Getting blown up. Makes no sense how he survived. Pell should have died, and I've heard so many different theories about how he survived. It's just like, Oda didn't want to end the story on, like, a somber note, you know, because Alabasta, you know, the end of it was really, the end of it was like Luffy defeats Crocodile and Vivi's there, and she becomes, you know, the ruler, and King Cobra's back, and everything's great, and Oda didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, Pell's dead. Oh, we got spam. Hold on a second. Put user and time out. No spam. No spam. Love you, Tekking. Thank you. Yeah, Pell should have died. I've also heard the theory. I'm spitting on my microphone. I've also heard the theory that this was right after 9/11, or, like, not long after 9/11, and Oda didn't want to include, like, well, he did. I mean, he included the giant bomb going off. Like, that happened. You know, like that happened. So it's like, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. You know, if Oda was just like, oh, 9/11, so everybody's already kind of scared about everything happening, I'll include the explosive. I just don't want to have Pell die. Like, you think if 9/11 was a factor in this, Oda would have just not included that bomb as like a subplot. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have even included that. I don't think it was that. I don't think that was the reason. I can't believe this. Yeah. I know, I'm spitting on my microphone. I'm so disgusting. Well, the microphone is way closer to me now that I have this arm thing. What do you think Luffy's true dream is? Shanks said he and Roger said the same thing about Joy Boy. Though we don't know. Oh, Shanks said he and Roger said the same thing, and Jinbei's reaction lends it to being something important. I've always thrown out the idea that it's a giant party. Like, the idea that he says something really childish, right? Like, he says something so silly that most people would be like, that's ridiculous, that's never going to happen. Because some people laugh, some people have like a, kind of reaction to it sort of situation like that. And, yeah. Like, it's a very Luffy thing to just say, I want to have a big party with everybody on the planet. But then again, that also goes against the whole, like, hero thing, sharing everybody's food. So maybe that's not it. Excuse me. I just had dinner a little while ago. Tekking is spitting. Bars! Big fan of Foxy. He's underrated and deserves love. I think I said once I hit 800,000 subscribers, I'll do a whole, like, video on Foxy. I'll do it. I don't know when that'll happen, but I'll do it. Anime cartoon dad tier list. Your favorite dad in fiction. Who is my favorite dad in fiction? There's quite a few. I always liked Dexter's dad. Like, Dexter's dad was, like, you know, the oblivious dad and has no idea what's going on with his son, with, like, having a secret lab or everything. But he seems, like, relatively, like, even-tempered and genuinely supportive and things. Yeah. Dexter's dad is a Chad. He kind of is, you know. The idea, I mean, the joke there is that Dexter's parents are completely ordinary and they have no idea what's going on with their son. Although I do love the episode. I actually just watched it not super long ago. I don't go back and watch Dexter's Lab that much, but there was one episode I remembered where Dexter's dad, they were at that truck stop, remember? And Dexter's dad has to arm wrestle that guy, like Earl, the big giant dude. We never see his face. He's just this big, barrel-chested trucker guy. Ugh. And so Dexter makes him, like, his dad, like, a robotic arm and, like, the hydraulics and stuff. And then they do the arm wrestling competition. I remember that. That was funny. Why doesn't Frankie use fire powers anymore? He did it Punk Hazard, and I think that's it. You know, I think Oda might forget all the stuff Frankie can do at some point. Then again, Frankie hasn't had, like, a lot of moments to shine in the story as of late. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because Kazuki Yao stepped down and there's a lot of focus on Frankie right now and everyone's kind of thinking about Frankie. Maybe Oda will incorporate Frankie in the upcoming chapters. Maybe the first big battle of Elbaf will involve Frankie in a big way. I hope so. He's my favorite Straw Hat, after all. How many powerful opponents do you think Blackbeard could take on at once? Do you think he could take on Kaido and Big Mom at the same time? See, Blackbeard's ability on the surface... Oh, we got 100. I'll get back to that in a second. But his ability seems really powerful to, like, take on a large group of people. Like, if an army was coming at him, he would just open up, like, a big black vortex, and that would suck everybody in, and that would, like completely nullify their advantage. But if you have, like, really strong people coming at him, right? Like, if you had Kaido and Big Mom jumping Blackbeard at the same time... Blackbeard's in trouble. He's not just going to walk away from that unscathed. He's not just going to, like, absorb Kaido and Big Mom and just not worry about it anymore. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, like, that battle would definitely give him trouble. How many powerful opponents? Like, that depends on what you mean by powerful. Like, what kind of powerful are we talking about here? If we're talking, like, endgame One Piece powerful, right? Like if we're talking about like Shanks, Buggy, Aokiji, Akainu, Kizaru, Aramaki, level power, like jumping Blackbeard at once, like any number of those characters are going to give him trouble. Like he's not going to like instant one-shot any of them. Yeah. $100 from CI23422. With regards to your Marine World Draft video, maybe they needed to draft people since it was a war and they lost lots of Marines. Well, that was the reason why the draft happened. But the methodology in which they did it, I was I originally assumed it was like a lottery. I didn't think it was like them actually going to individual nations and like poaching really strong soldiers in those private armies. That's what they were doing. But yeah, that's the reason why they did it. Akainu took over and he's like, all right, we need to bolster our power since Marineford. We're going to get the strongest soldiers the world government kingdoms have to offer. You know what I mean? That also kind of weakened a lot of the kingdoms, which is why a lot of revolutions and shit happened. Do you think we have too many mythical zones? I feel like we need more Paramecia users that are super good at using their fruit. There's also a lot of Paramecias. Like I have this giant list of devil fruits next to me right here. Okay. And yeah, we have a lot of Paramecias to get through. They're the largest category. I do find it funny that there are more mythical zones than there are like Logias. Like it's mentioned that mythical zones are rarer than Logias, but we know way less Logias than we do mythical zones. It is kind of funny. I don't even know how many more Logias there could be, honestly. You know, given the fact that they turn into an element, you could come up with some clever elements. I kind of feel like sometimes Katakuri should have just stayed a Logia. You know, I feel like the way Luffy beat him could still have happened. Like even Luffy beat Caesar, who was a Logia. He was able to beat him then. I don't even know the reason. I mean, like, I guess the only reason is because Mochi is not like an element. So maybe that's why Oda was like a little bit, not like against the idea, but like, I'm trying to set like a particular world building rule here and I don't want to change that. So instead of Mochi, let's make it special Paramecia. Do you think we have too many mythical... Oh, I just answered that one. All right. I unsure if you've answered this before, but which One Piece sword is your favorite? I like Yubashiri the best in terms of the way it looks. Like, my favorite Zoro sword is Yubashiri. I mean, I definitely like Yoru. I mean, how can you not? It's like such a cool, ornate sword with a black blade. You know, I really like Durandal, which is Cavendish's sword. It's based off of like an old French story, the Song of Roland, I believe. And that's a really cool-looking sword. I like that not all of them are katanas. I like that, like, not even like Whitebeard's Bicento, his Naginata Murakumo Giri. That's also a ranked blade, and it's not a sword at all. So that's pretty cool. If Blackbeard lost his weakness to feel more pain, how bigger of a threat would he be? Way more of a threat. He'd be able to tank more damage. I mean, he can tank the damage now. It's just that he feels it a lot worse than most people. But that's a side effect of the fruit. I don't think that's something he can just train to make go away. I think he's always going to feel pain, but he might just have to worry about like how to handle it, but he's always going to feel that amount of pain. Love your content and energy. How many arcs do you think that the story will have after Elbaf? I was thinking Lodestar, Raftel, and Marijua, or Laugh-Tale, and then Marijua. I'm really hesitant to be like, are the Straw Hats even going to go to Marijua? You know, like, I don't even know if they're ever going to go there. Although, if Luffy destroys Fishman Island, he would have to be above them, which would be Marijua, or the Red Line at the very least. So, maybe at some point, because we've introduced teleportation into the story now, like the summoning gates exist, you could have a premise where somebody opens a summoning gate and brings Luffy and the Straw Hats through it, and they go to Marijua. It's possible. That could happen. They've introduced the concept of teleportation at this point, so there you go. And we know that people that are non-Celestial Dragons or non-Gorosei can still use it. Don't know how they would, but they could. Would you like to see Luffy versus Katakuri in live action if the One Piece Netflix series gets that far? Would you like to see Luffy versus Katakuri in live action? I mean, well, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen if it goes that far. I mean, that's going to be years and years and years from now. But if we get to that point, I mean, that they'll adapt it. If they keep it up with the consistency of how they're, you know, doing it now, they're trying to keep it as real to the manga as physically possible. I mean, they changed some stuff because you have to. I'm not really that upset. I mean, there's a couple of things about season 1. Like, I wish Hachi was in it. I wish Johnny and Yosaku were in it, but What are you going to do? Overall, though, I think, yeah, that'd be fun at like season 12 of the One Piece live action. Luffy finally fights Katakuri. Actually, it might not be season 12. It might be a lot quicker than you might think. Because if you think about it, if we're covering all the way up to the end of Drum Island here in season 2, season 3, let's say, is all of Alabasta. And at the very end of season 3, they conclude with the defeat of Crocodile. Season 4 is Jaya Skypiea. Season 5 is Long Ring, Longland, and Water 7. Maybe we conclude season 5 with the Sea Train leaving off to go to Enies Lobby. Season 6 can be Enies Lobby, because that's kind of like a whole thing. And post Enies Lobby as well. Season 7 could be Thriller Bark. That's kind of its own isolated thing. Season 8 could be Saba Odi, Amazon Lily, maybe Impel Down. But that's kind of, if we're going by the way they're cutting it up now, then maybe it might just be Saba Odi and Amazon Lily. What was that season? Oh, wait. I lost track of my own seasons there. What was that? Seasons. Where did I leave off? Which one did I say Saba Odi? Was that season 8 I said Saba Odi? 3 a.m. Good night. Good night, man. What's my most geeky OP fact? The Tree of Knowledge is 5,000 years old. I know. Pretty geeky. That was season 8. Okay. So then season 9 could be Impel Down and maybe Marineford. Maybe. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know if they would want to fit entire seasons into one, like, maybe I hope they don't start doing that, like, season 8 part 1, season 8 part 2. Like, just call it a separate season at that point. I hate it when they break them up into parts. I hated it when Walking Dead started doing that. Why do you hate Foxy so damn much? What did he ever do to you? He existed in filler land. There's too much of him, and that kind of ruined the character for me. Now, Rustage, I talked to Rustage about this once, and Rustage was like, well, it's not fair to hate a character just because of something the anime does. I'm like, yeah, but it's the same character. I guess if you can compartmentalize this, it's not a big deal. You could just put it one way or the other and just be like, I'm just going to move this over here. Like, what's the big whoop or whatever, right? Like, this is Foxy in the manga, this is Foxy in the anime, and I'll keep them separate. I guess I can't do that as much. It's just like, I'm tired of seeing Foxy. I'm tired of him. He's not a good villain. His shtick worked in the one arc he was in. There's no reason to bring him back after that. All right? Like, there just isn't. And they kept doing it, and it just ruined the character for me. And I was just like, I didn't like the character to begin with, but if he just stayed in Davy Back, like, that's the only time we saw him, and it's like they extended in the anime, and unfortunately I watched Davy Back the first time in the anime. I don't know. Have I met Oda before? No, never met the man. I hope someday I will, though. Someday, I mean, I don't know if that'll ever occur, probably not, but it would be nice to meet Oda and shake his hand and tell him thank you. Do you think Sanji's actually going to go for the snoo-snoo? Death by snoo-snoo. Yeah, I mean, he's going to try. He's going to certainly try. I don't know how Oda's going to play that out. I don't know if he's just going to keep it like Sanji's typical kind of like, Gerd, you're cute. Sanji never, like, goes for it, though, He never, like, hey, Gerd, would you like to go out sometime? It's like, Gerd's like, okay. Like, I don't know, maybe someday, Sanji will go for it. Are the Knights going to be Oda's version of the Akatsuki? I mean, yeah, probably, in terms of, like, anime group of really strong soldiers that all have really powerful abilities that are unique to themselves. Yeah, probably, something like that. Yeah. I mean, meeting Kubo, too, would be a lot of fun. I mean, he's gonna try. Yep. I met someone who also watches your videos yesterday. Ah, cool. Tell them hi if you see them again. Maybe the Tree of Knowledge was an Adam Wood tree. I guess it could have been. I mean, they're mentioned to be really tough and hardy, but, I mean, a Buster Call is pretty strong, so that might have still knocked them down. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh generation? I'm a sucker for the original, like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. I already answered the one about Foxy. What's the general consensus as to what happened with Zoro's eye? He has the Sharingan, or the Rinnegan, or the Byakugan, or however you want to interpret it. I would say if he opens the eye and it's just like, I only open my eye when I am about to die and I get really serious, maybe. But he came close to, he saw the Reaper during his fight with King. So like, if that was the case, I feel like he would have opened it at that point. I'm starting to think he just kind of lost an eye, is honestly that. Although it would be cool for him to open his eyelid at some point and we see like the missing socket where his eye used to be, or it's all bloody, or like a scar or something. That would be cool, just for intimidation. But yeah, it might just literally be he's missing an eye. What is a trope in One Piece you're still waiting for? Trope in One Piece that I'm still waiting for. Let's see. Oda's covered so many. Oh, geez, I don't even know. What's the trope in Attack on Titan when we find out what's up with Eren? I'm not going to spoil it because Attack on Titan, that's a pretty big Attack on Titan spoiler. When's that one happen? I don't want to see that in One Piece though. But like that's not a typical trope. That's something that Isayama kind of just, went crazy with Eren's character. Whoa. Yggdrasil has a connection with realm travel in media. Oh, yeah, because the different branches are the different realms, yeah. So what if the Straw Hats use the tree to go from Laugh-Tale to Marijois or Hachinosu for the final battle? Could be. Yeah, maybe once you get up to the Heaven Layer, maybe there's something up there that allows you to... I feel like... it's the final saga, so fuck it. But, like, at this point, teleportation exists. One Piece is a big planet. Being able to warp everywhere, just have it if you need to use it. Bleach or One Piece, you better be honest, Tekking. Like, which one do I like more? Like, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say One Piece. I like the world building a lot more in One Piece. I'm a world building loving guy. There are 9 trees in One Piece that represent the 9 realms in Norse myth. Ah. I just finished Dr. Stone Season 3, and I wanted to hear your thoughts about the show. I'm an anime only. I love you. Yeah, I love Dr. Stone. I'm not going to spoil anything for the manga since you're an anime only viewer, but Season 4 starts tomorrow. Like, it's January 9th, right? Yeah, January 9th. I heard a Japanese... Oh, yeah, I saw that story today on Facebook. I had no idea if that was real or fake. I don't even know if that could happen. But apparently it might have. I haven't really looked into the story beyond just kind of seeing it on like a meme this morning. Yeah. What would be a Paramecia and Logia that would benefit Luffy a lot? What would be a Paramecia and Logia that would benefit? Like Luffy eats Logia? Or like one person on the crew has the Logia? I don't know. Like, it would be funny if there was actually a rubber Logia. You know what I mean? Because rubber is like a naturally occurring thing on like, trees and stuff. It has like a resin. Resin is a fun word. So that would be a good one for Luffy, I guess, or somebody on the like what if that's what Loki's fruit is? He has the actual rubber fruit, but it's not a Paramecia, it's a Logia. Wild theory, giants are actually normal sized, same as us. Everyone else is small. That's why the One Piece world is larger than ours. Artur talked about this, and he knows like an insane amount about the One Piece world, so I'm going to trust him for a lot of things. I don't think the One Piece planet is like the size of like Jupiter or anything. I don't think it's that big, but I think it might be slightly bigger than ours. I think that the final battle will be on Lodestar, as it's the easiest island city to get compared to Marijois. It could be. The idea is, like, people know how to get to Lodestar. It's the island at the end of the Grand Line, at the end of the log pose that it points to. So it's not hidden, exactly. It's just maybe really hard to get to because you have to travel through the New World. There might be some weather phenomena around it. So not everybody's, like, getting there a lot, but you can reach it. Will you make a tier list on the most delicious-looking Sanji food? I have Sanji's cookbook. I just haven't made anything out of it yet. Probably should do that. I got a new cookbook a couple weekends ago. I was on a trip somewhere, and I got this cookbook. I can't remember what it's called, but I made some coconut shrimp out of it the other day, and it tasted really good. Although I was an idiot, and I bought the raw shrimp from the store, and I got back home, and I was like, all right, let's start cooking, not realizing that it's frozen shrimp, and I have to wait for it to thaw, and I had to, like, devein it, and, well, it was already deveined, but I had to, like, you know, peel all the skin off of it and take the tails off, and, like, that took way longer, and I didn't have time to properly defrost it, so it was just a whole thing. Bottom line, make sure you know what you're getting into when you buy shrimp. Do you think Zoro was told by Mihawk to only open his eye when he fights for the title of Best Swordsman? Ooh, maybe that's it. That could be it. Even if he dies before then, he still won't do it. Why do you think Blackbeard was on Drum Island? I think he was just kind of passing through. I don't think he was there for any particular reason. Same reason he was on Jaya. I mean, he wasn't on Jaya for any particular reason either. He just kind of ended up there, you know? Maybe he was on Jaya to get the cherry pie. Maybe there was a delicacy on Drum Island he wanted to get. Do you think Luffy will visit the other 3 blues? Probably not, no. I mean, like, epilogue, like, after Luffy's, like, you know, cut to 20 years in the future, he's probably traveled all over the world. But in the story, nah. Do you think Whitebeard ever talked to Ace about what Roger was like as a person? I would say Whitebeard would be amenable to talking about that. He probably has a lot of stories. But at the same time, oh, my voice is like, hold on. But at the same time, Ace didn't really care about his dad very much, so I don't think he would have asked him. And I don't think Whitebeard would have just like, all right, Ace, I know you don't like your dad very much, but let me tell you all about him. Like, no, if Ace ever went to Whitebeard and asked him a specific question about Roger that he wanted an answer to, like, can you tell me something about Roger involving this or something, then maybe he would have. But I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have. But I don't think just unprompted, no. What's your least favorite Zoro fight? Probably one of the early ones, like Zoro versus like Kabaji or something, you know. Back in the day, Zoro was kind of just like the win button, so they had to keep taking him out of the arc for various reasons, so he couldn't fight. Is the bottomless hole still there? It is! It's under Luffy's face. What's your favorite Marine rank, and who's your favorite Marine? My favorite Marine rank is Warrant Officer, followed closely by Rear Admiral. And who's my favorite Marine? I mean, like, prominent to the story right now, I'd probably say, okay, the joke meme answer is Momonga, because I just like the way he looks and I like his style. In terms of a Marine that's actually going to do shit in the story, let's see. The highest ranking one, out of the Admirals, I'd say Fujitora. Below the Admirals, into the Vice Admirals, Momonga, obviously. But then I would also say, now that I just did a video on Hina, well, Hina's a Rear Admiral, but I would like to see Hina again. I also want to see Smoker again, because we haven't seen Smoker do, like, anything in forever. I want to know what's in Smoker's box. Are they the finest cigars of the New World, or is it something else? Is it a Renegade Seraphim in there? Like, what's in Smoker's box? Bogard's cool. I don't think we know his rank, but Bogard is cool. Glad they included him in the live action. Smoker gets an awakening. Why not? Why not? Condi Oriano isn't your favorite Marine. What blasphemy. All right, well, I'm about 30, 40 minutes into this at this point. I'm going to open some fan mail. So let's open some fan mail. Hold your super chats for right now. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just because I don't want to get them backed up too much. Because I'm not going to stay live for super long tonight. Because my voice is already kind of starting to get drier than I thought it was. I don't know if you noticed this, but I've been making a lot of videos lately. Like, I don't know. I just, like, with the new year, I've just had this drive to, like, you know, back in the day, I used to make a bunch of videos. I used to make, like, back in 2018, 2019, I used to make, like, a video every day. 5, 6, 7, 8 videos in a row. What happened to that? You know, like let's get back into that drive. Because what happened was I was going through at the end of the year, right? So I have all my files for like that 1 year that I did, all the project folders, okay? And I was looking at everything, and I noticed that like in the last few years I've put out less videos than I normally do. Like I think this year it was like 120 or 30 or something, and then last year was 140, and the year before that was like 170. You know, like I haven't been putting out as much, and I was just like, you know what? Let's get back to that. And I was like, I really missed talking about the devil fruits. I love doing the devil fruit discussions. Now, I've already talked at length about like the best devil fruits in the story, the most notable ones, but I've yet to go through every single one. So here we are. You know, printed out every single devil fruit. Thanks to Sergeant Pepper 07 on Reddit. They have a chronological list of all the devil fruits. I went through these, putting up all of the, I marked all the ones I've already discussed off. Let's do this. Let's talk about all the devil fruits. Let's go! All right. Now, what else I was going to... Oh, yeah, fan mail. Let me turn off the super chats first. Just temporarily. And then I'll turn them back on once I'm done. Yeah. I got one more here, though. I had an idea for the One Piece being it manifests the holder's desire, but all in one piece. It explains the laughter because it's just a big mess of desires, and Oda could change it easy if someone guesses it, though. That's not a bad idea, and it goes along with the idea of, like, desire bringing form, you know? But, like, why would Roger say he arrived too early, then? Why was Roger like, oh... Because the implication seemed to be whatever the treasure was, they couldn't use it. Because they weren't there on time, or they arrived too early. Probably because the, Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess, needed to exist and awaken her powers in order for this to happen, and that didn't happen yet. So, could be something like that. All right, let's open some fan mail over here. So this one is from Tony. From old Tony. Big Tony. Little Tony. And it's a very nice, look at that, a very nice printed envelope. I am the Tech King. All right. Yo, Tech. Tony from Philly again. Yo, Tech, it's Tony from Philly. If that wasn't immediately obvious from the stationery and package contents. I'm sliding in pretty last minute with this Halloween-themed fan mail. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've opened fan mail. For all I know, it'll be Valentine's Day by the time you read this. Almost, Tony. Almost. Oh, hey, Tony. It's Tony in the chat. Hey, Tony. Oh, man, yeah, almost Valentine's Day. Not quite, about a month shy. There we go. For all I know, it'll be Valentine's Day by the time you read this, but that's okay because we all know Vampire Barry is eternal. He's still Vampire Barry. I thought this was going to end after Halloween, but this is still a thing. I watched the stream where you had to change the bulb in the Pumpkin Viking, and I knew right away I had to. Try as might, there is no resisting the newest member of Teching 101 Industries. Well, he's dead now. The arrival of Pumpkin Viking has been preordained and resistance is futile. Well, he's dead now. He'll be back next Halloween. Anyway, it's a bit of a smaller package this time. I just had to pay tribute to the Teching 101 Industries assistant and that assistant's assistant. Also, I got a kick out of the fact that there was a second poll to determine red versus orange for the bulb color. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember this. Well, I hope you and the crew like them. As always, take it easy, keep it real, and all that. Happy Halloween. I'm a pin now. My existence is a character, and I've been cemented, and I will never die. So, hold on. I'm going to cover your last name because I don't want that. But, like, check this out. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You're a great artist, Tony. You're a great artist. All right. Well, let's see what we got in the package. Can you not eat garlic because Vampire Berry exists? You know, like, I don't think vampires are, like, I don't think they die from garlic. I just think they just don't like garlic. I think it's fine as long as you just don't breathe on them. I don't breathe on Barry often. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, we got pins. Leslie and Tony. There's me in my little bubble saying I predicted Road, Teching 101, and there's Leslie and Tony Artists. I don't know if you'll focus. You can get the QR code there if anybody wants to visit their shop. There you go. Be very careful opening these. Let me use scissors very carefully to open this. Let me use scissors very carefully. Ah! Did anybody ever cut themselves with scissors when running? Everybody always said, you know, don't run with scissors. Did it ever actually happen to anybody? Did anybody fall while running with scissors and, like, stab their eye out or something? There's one dude with an eye patch watching my video right now. Like, I did, teching. I did. Okay, there we go. Vampire Berry Pin. Look at that. That is so cool. That's going on the jacket. That's going on the jacket. Pick a One Piece character that doesn't have a devil fruit and then give them the Blackbeard treatment with 2 devil fruits. Which one do you think would be hilarious? Let's see. 2 devil fruits that are like absolute opposites of each other. Perona's Horo Horo no Mi and Bello Betty's Cheer Cheer fruit. The Pump Pump fruit. So a fruit that constantly makes you happy and cheered and excited and pumped up, and a fruit that constantly makes you depressed. That'd be a good combo. All right. And then we have the Pumpkin Viking that I put away in storage for the year, but that is actually really accurate. That looks a lot like that decoration that I bought at Walmart and put a Viking hat on. You do good job, Tony and Leslie. Look at that. I would leave full screen, but I like to see the chat. Then again, I guess the chat's here, but like it's not that big of a deal. It's not that much of a difference there. Kobe or Deku? Probably Kobe. Then again, Kobe has way less screen time than Deku. If I spent the whole series with Kobe, maybe I'd be like, all right, Kobe, you've kind of outstayed your welcomes, kind of thing. I don't know. Can the Hoya Hoya no Mi, the genie fruit, grant any actual wishes? We haven't seen it, other than, like, battle capabilities. Like, what is your wish, Daifuku? Beat that guy up. Okay, I could do that. It's a very... He doesn't have magical abilities. The genie just kind of does. Like, you've ever seen that Whitest Kids You Know sketch with the genie? Where the genie doesn't have any actual powers? Like, the kid asks the genie, I want to be president of the United States, and the genie can't just magically do it. He has to actually go door to door and start a grassroots campaign to get the guy president. Like, that's how it works. Like, maybe that's how the genie works in One Piece. Yeah. Yeah, the gallon of PCP one was funny, too. But thank you so much, Tony and Leslie. Put this over yonder. Don't lose track of everything. Hold on, I have a trash can over here for the bubble wrap and all the extra wrappings and stuff. Keep that, keep that. This is just random paper. All right, we got 2 pins and a very nice letter. Manual labor genie, basically. Yeah, that's basically how it goes. All right. Next up, we have... from Victor. Victor. Oh, this is the one with the coffee. Victor sent me this really nice coffee. Read first, open package later. Well, I think I opened the package first. Sorry. So this is a really cool coffee. Kuma coffee. That's right. You might say Bartholomew Kuma is brain dead right now in the story, but no. He's alive. And he decided to open his own coffee company. Yeah, Kuma Coffee. Oh, man, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to. It's a cold brew blend, so it's meant to be cold brewed. I've never had cold brew coffee before. Well, I've had it at, like, Starbucks, but I've never, like, brewed it myself. All right, let's see what we got here. Hi, Teching. Greetings from Long Island. Longtime fan here. I've been watching your videos since I accidentally clicked on that Marine rank video 7 years ago. Best accident ever. Well, there we go. And here we are, 7 years later. Your energy and enthusiasm for One Piece are like the perfect combo of Gumu Gumu fruit and a triple shot of espresso. Seriously, don't change a thing. We need you caffeinated and full of chaos. Don't worry, I can make that happen. Speaking of energy, I've made a discovery as monumental as the One Piece itself. I found Dr. Vegapunk's coffee, picture this, while researching O'Hara's books in Elbaf. He stumbled upon the sun god and thought, what if everyone could harness that vibrant energy but with the sun, without the sunburn? In his tearful experiments on Kuma's body, because who wouldn't cry over that, he created Kuma Coffee. sourced from beans ranging from Fishman Island to the White Sea. You know, Vegapunk would make a really good, like, he could basically make the best version of anything. Remember that scene in Breaking Bad where Gale makes the coffee in the lab? It would be like that. Dubbing it the Sun Bear blend, because nothing says powerful coffee like Kuma's punch against Saturn. But alas, he couldn't sell it due to the Gorosei's influence. I can just imagine them sipping their bland tea, thinking, no way are we letting people have fun and energy about in the Sun God. They might actually revolt. But now that Vegapunk is dead, Shaka and the Weatheria crew are ready to distribute it worldwide. Just imagine the chaos. One sip of Kuma coffee and suddenly everyone's a pirate king. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Side note, coffee from Costa Rica is the best, kind of like finding a rare devil fruit. That's why it's harder to find Zorro lost in a maze. Okay, so I guess it's hard to get coffee from Costa Rica. When are you coming to New York? We'd love to have you at a convention, Comic-Con, Anime NYC, or the totally not sketchy and shitty Brooklyn Comic-Con. I've never been to a comic convention in New York. I've been invited a few times, though. I'll definitely participate in one of your trivia sessions while hyper on Kuma Coffee. You know, I'm going to do a trivia again this year, definitely, at Techo, which is the convention that I go to in July. But yeah, the Gale Bedecker coffee is up there with Krabby Patties for fictional foods that look insane. Like, I'd love to try Gale's coffee, yeah. Side note 3, video idea. Most hated anime characters, I put Flampe in that along with Shao Tucker from Fullmetal Alchemist and Malty from The Shield Hero. Or was it Melty from The Shield Hero? I can't remember. She was a pretty bad character, too. Probably the worst one is Shao Tucker because, you know, what happened with his daughter and everything like that. Excuse me. I had dinner not long ago, so yeah. Yeah, Shao Tucker's probably the worst. I think everybody's kind of like, well, no, there's one character from... I've never seen it. Was it Made in Abyss? There's a character from Made in Abyss that people say is like even worse than Shao Tucker, but I have no idea what the context is, and I haven't seen Made in Abyss. So I don't know. But a lot of people say that, so it's probably true. Thank you for the Kuma coffee, Victor. I'm going to try that out. It's going to be good coffee. Good coffee. No, Melty was the nice sister. Oh, right. She was the purple-haired one, and then Malty was the red hair. Okay, I got you. It's been a while since I watched Shield Hero. Yeah. All right. What's next? We got some. Well, okay. We got some stuff from the One Piece store in like Japan. This is an entire manga of Film Red, the whole movie in manga form. Whole movie. They took snapshots from the movie, added the speech bubbles and the sound effects and the transitions and everything. And it's the entire movie. Isn't that cool? I didn't even know they did that. Did they do that with all the movies? Because that's neat. There's Uta being insane. Yeah. There's Shanks getting punched. Yeah. That's crazy, right? I really like it that Oda draws like the designs and they put that on all the bags in the store. I've never been there myself. I hope to go when I go to Japan in April. Monkey D. Luffy magnet. I think it's a magnet. Oh, it's a postcard. Yeah, they're just a bunch of postcards, yeah. So, oh, it's like, oh, that's cool. It's like Luffy fighting Magellan. Frankie defeating Icarus Muchi. And this is Luffy red hawking Doflamingo. Man, this artwork is badass. Monster Point Chopper against Kumadori. That's cool. Sabo saving Rebecca at the Coliseum. Whoa, that fell out. This is a point card. Oh, neat. And then Sanji fighting against Luffy. Whole cake. That's all of them. That's pretty cool, man. Neat. I have an Instagram, but I never use it. If you see anybody on TikTok or Instagram with like Teching 101 as their name or like official Teching 101, that's not me. I have an Instagram that I barely use, but it's not Teching 101. Never really got into that. Okay, we got that. This is from... Oh, okay, so let's do this really quick. This is from Ronnie. And Ronnie's been a fan of my channel for a long time. Since back in, like, the Bleach days. And she messaged me, and she was at, like, a Bleach event. And was like, hey, do you want me to send you some stuff from a Bleach event? I'm like, yes, thank you. And so she sent me this really cool promotional image here. This is like right around when Core 3 was coming out. Bleach, the Nightwalk Warfare. It's pretty neat, like a little art gallery kind of thing. Stuff you can buy. Uryu Ishida's, you could like, oh look, you can order drinks. Look at that. There's food and drinks you can order. That's cool. And then, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Arc Core 3 poster. Uryu and Ichigo. Nothing on the back. But thank you, Ronnie. Always nice to get mail. I don't think there's anything else in here. No, just that. Now, a couple of boxes. All right. This is from Kevin. Got a letter here, and I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's empty. Okay. The arm makes everything convenient, but also gotta like cram everything around. All right. What's the P.O. box? It should be below in the description. Let me just double check to see if it's there. Oh, it actually isn't in the description. That's weird. Hold on a minute. Let me add that in. Let me go full video for a second here. That should be... I should put that on my fan mail. Oh, you know why? You know why? I think I took it off because of the... when I did the charity stream. Because I changed the descriptions when I do those. It's 143 is the P.O. box. I'll just put the fan mail thing in there now. Okay, it should be in there now. If you want to refresh, it should be there. All right, let's go back to main screen here. All right, there we are. How does it feel that many of you consider a high-tier One Piece YouTuber? I feel like I'm old, man. I've been doing this for a long time, so I feel like an old One Piece YouTuber. Yeah. I have a Foxy theory. Well, good for you. Yeah, I'm sure that's lovely. All right. So Kevin sent me this cool note and written in like Viking runic, which is cool because back in the day I used to actually like know runic a little bit. I had a book. It was the remember the Magical Treehouse series? There was a book where they go to Viking times. And at the end of the book, there was like a glossary of like, there was like an alphabet of Viking runes to the English alphabet. And I remember memorizing that and writing stuff. And like me and my friends were writing in code in like middle school. You know, we thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And also though, Kevin sent me a Viking. Dun dun dun. Check him out. Big Viking man. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if it's supposed to be a specific Viking. Let's find out. It probably says in the letter. Yeah, that's right. Like, top musica in the movie is actually sung in runic. Don't know how you do that exactly, but you do. All right. Hey, Teching, since we're now heading to Elbaf, I just wanted to send the Viking friend as a token of celebration and appreciation. Your videos on One Piece have never failed to inform, enrich, and highlight so many aspects of this wonderful tale. I, too, was introduced to One Piece through the 4Kids dub, but I did not fully appreciate the story till I started reading the manga. The exact moment Gear 4th was introduced, I have been fully on board ever since. I believe I have been watching your videos for at least 7 years because I remember your reaction to Big Mom's backstory. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was right around the time I started reviewing it weekly, so probably 2017. That was a while back. I also wanted to take a moment and thank you for getting me into Bleach. I unfortunately never caught any episodes when it was airing. Back then, I was more focused on Yu-Gi-Oh!, DBZ, and Naruto. Your Bleach videos, though, especially on the Espada, really caught my interest. And once the new anime was announced, I committed to watching all of the original anime, canon material, then filler. I mean, you could have skipped the filler, but hey, you're thorough, and if nothing else, which I finished during the summer. Once the rest of Thousand Year Blood War is animated, I will gladly dive back in. I really like this episode with the episode with Seizo. 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 Is that a filler from Bleach? Seizo. I don't remember that person. Probably a filler. In which case, thank you for supporting the channel for so long, and thanks for being a fan of Bleach and One Piece, and we have this Viking friend. I think I'm going to have him in, I don't know, what are we going to call this guy? Ragnar? Nah, too easy. Too simple. Thorfinn? Nah, too simple. Thor? No, too simple. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a clever name for this big round Viking guy. He bounces. Very nice gift Teching did. Yeah, look at that little guy. He's just a little ball. He can just roll like a little ball. Giant Dave. Bjorn. Yeah, Thorkel. Ben. His name is just Ben. Barry's uncle, maybe. We'll have to come up with a name for him. Come up with a name. Thorgil. Olaf. There's a lot of really good Viking names out there. I'm sure we'll come up with something. Bob. Axel. These are good. These are good names. All right. Yeah, there's not that much fan mail left. Let's just do the rest of the fan mail, and then I'll go back to some normal questions. This other box here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. All right, hold on. I'm going to have to... All right, we're going to have to do different arm mode here. All right. Can you hear me? Come in, come in. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to butcher David Bowie. All right. Ugh. Oh. Oh, trash can. All right. All right, this is from, I don't think there's a name on this, but it's from Vancouver. There we go. See, this is why the arm is useful. Like, look, I know maybe the arm might not be great for some people. It might seem like in the way, but I can do shit like this now. Like, I can open a box back here. I can lean way back in my chair, and I can talk. So, the arm is here to stay. All right, we got a bunch of figurines here and a bunch of swag. Okay. We got a figurine of Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Pre-time skip. Then we got a figurine of Levi from Attack on Titan. Bobblehead version. Then we got everybody's favorite samurai. Yamato's definitely favorite samurai. Kozuki Odin. Before he died. Then we have One Piece, Luffy Gear 2nd, limited edition t-shirt. That's pretty cool. Then we have Robin wearing Leo's clothing from Dressrosa. So she has Leo's hat and his little, like, sewing needle sword and tie. I don't know why Robin is dressing and cosplaying as Leo, but she is. Okay. I'll roll with that. I have that, I have this display case back here with all the sexy anime ladies. So she'll go in there. And then we have the One Piece card game, the Uta starter deck. My friend Phil actually has a... One Piece Uta deck, and I got him some One Piece cards for Christmas, and he plays an Uta deck, and he does pretty good with it, actually. And then we have Pharaoh Atem, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pop figure. So I actually already have this one. He's upstairs on my upstairs bookshelf, but now I have one downstairs for this bookshelf. So I always have the Pharaoh guarding over all my nerdy shit. All right, so we got a lot of stuff in this box. And a card from Lily. From Lily. Nefeltari D. Lily. Lily. All right, I'm going to put this box down for a moment and move back here. Blah. Oh my God, that's right. Today is David Bowie's birthday. Black Star was released on his birthday, and he died like a day later. Did he die exactly a day later? I think he did. I think he died. It was either a day or a week. I can't remember. Hold on, let me look this up. David Bowie. Yeah, no, he died. Yeah, no, he died. Okay, 2 days. His birthday was the 8th. He died 2 days after his birthday. Black Star was released in 2016 on January 8th, and then he died on January 10th. Man, that was an example of, like, he held on until that album was out. That was his swan song. He was there, and then he's just like, okay, it's there. I've done my magnum opus, the final thing I'll do. I don't know magnum opus, but at least it's the last thing he's going to do. Rest in peace. David Bowie, damn. I love David Bowie. He was such a... I wish I would have lived, like, if I was born a little earlier, I could have gone and seen him in concert. That would have been perfect. He stopped touring back in, like, 2004. I think was the last tour he ever did. Anyway. Oh, wow. Good handwriting. Okay, hold on a second. Let me angle this. All right. Come in. Greetings from... greetings from... Oh, the box said Vancouver. Oh, yeah, okay. I am Lily, or the person who goes, Happy Mihawk Day every October. I hope you're having a great day, and depending on when you are getting this, I hope you are having or have had a good Christmas. I had a great Christmas. Thank you. I was actually surprised to learn that you have Ukrainian roots like me. Anyways, I am a huge fan of your channel, along with the many campaigns you're a part of. You're also so amazing and talented, and I've been a great time watching you guys on your adventures. Oh, thank you. Love doing One Piece D&D. Isekai D&D is great, too. It's winding down, too. We're in the final saga right now. We should be doing One Piece D&D tomorrow. I was actually going to do this tomorrow, this stream, and then I realized, wait a minute, I think we're doing One Piece D&D tomorrow, so instead of doing 2 streams on the same day, I'll just hold off on that. But still, pretty cool. And yeah, my family is Ukrainian on my mom's side. We actually just had our Ukrainian Christmas a few days ago. It was actually yesterday. It was January 7th. We didn't really celebrate that much this year. My grandparents are both gone now, and that's like we always went down their house to celebrate the holidays, and since they're gone, it's just never been the same, really. But it's, I talked to my mom yesterday and everything, and it was a good day. Please enjoy these little gifts. I hope you like them. This is my first time sending fan mail, so I'm a little nervous. But anyways, my question for you is, what do you think of the theory that Rayleigh and Shockey are Mihawk's parents? So I don't know if they're Mihawk's parents, but I'm definitely with the idea that Rayleigh could be Mihawk's, like, sword master. Like, who taught Mihawk to be the strongest? And Rayleigh's, like, the only one that makes, like immediate sense on how old he is and everything like that. Could be. But I've never heard the theory about them being Mihawk's parents. Never heard that. I saw a post about it somewhere and wanted to know your opinion. Yeah, I don't feel like that's the case. I also don't feel like we necessarily need to know all the characters' like parents, Sanji, it was relevant. I don't think we need to know like the relevance of Brook's parents or Jinbei's parents or anything like that. I think it's okay. Mihawk's parents don't need to be known about. Buggy's parents don't need to be known about. I think it's okay for the story for that to not exist. P.S. Barry is the best brick. Next part is more description, info on gifts, read on your own time or silently. Okay, and then they just go through like the different items that they procured. That's cool. Thank you, Lily. Thank you so much. Mihawk just spawned in a coffin one night. Lily. Thank you for all the stuff. That's a lot of stuff. All right, let me put this box down here. I got 2 more things. I'm going to readjust. There we go. Hopped in on my phone from my TV. Congrats on the HVAC graduation, a welder. Okay. I don't know. Oh, did somebody else graduate? Oh, yeah, right there. I actually graduated for HVAC this year. Congratulations, HVAC specialty. I was going to say, I did not go to school for HVAC. I do not know how that works. I have, like, a lot of friends that do, but I certainly don't. Congratulations. Oh, no, I have to grab my water. I want to meet Garp's parents. I kind of do, too. Garp's dad was just a sentient fist. A disembodied fist. Not even a hand, just a fist. Yeah. All right. So that's a letter. Got a letter and we got a package. I need a letter opener. Letter opener. Kong might be Garp's dad. Yeah, see, no, not everybody has to be related to everybody else. I don't think that has to be the case. Now, this is a long letter, so I don't know if I'll be able to read all of this because it's pretty thick. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This might not all be a letter. It might be like somebody's like fan fiction or something. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it's long, but hold on a second. I hope this letter finds you and your loved ones in both great health. I wanted to share some One Piece theories with you, as I no longer have any interest in this. No longer have any interest in the series, and I feel Oda truly illustrated the point he wanted to communicate in Wano. More on that later. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff. I've had fans like send me like emails and stuff before, like, "Hey, Tekking, here's like, 37 theories I have in One Piece." So I can't go through all of that now on stream. That's a little bit much. I know Mr. Hyena. How did I know that Mr. Hyena was going to say, "Hey, read all the letter"? I'm like, my mouth's dry, man. I can't read the whole letter. I'm sorry. I got this. I got one more thing, and I know this has a long letter too. And then I want to do some questions, and we're about an hour and 10, so I'm going to probably wrap this up in about 20 to 30 minutes, but it's okay. We'll go through some of the theories here. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. They like organized... Or is it just like, yeah, like this is really well organized, very well written, typed out. Yeah. So let's just go through, like, let's see here. Yeah, I like my voice too. Thank you. I like it when my voice operates properly. Okay. Let's read. Eam has been in the series for a while. We don't know Eam's actual identity until it's fully revealed. Eam has, without a doubt, been using Kuma's consciousness to be his knight on the chessboard, if you will. I mean, I could definitely see that if Kuma's brain was, like, subdued there for a little while. But at the same time, like, Kuma was still himself at Thriller Bark, unless it was Eam the whole time. No, I think it was still Kuma. Kuma in Thriller Bark. Okay, well, he addresses this. Kuma wanting to take Luffy is an illustrative of one of the series' main themes. Thus, all of the Nakama saying they will never betray him is representative of the true essence of One Piece and probably a foreshadowing of what the final battle would look like. Also, Kuma's Ursa shock is representative of the cleansing Eam plans to enact in the near future. Kuma and Oars. It is absolutely no coincidence that Kuma launched a bomb into Oars Jr.'s stomach. It demonstrates his hatred for the giant race. Oh, like Eam through Kuma or Kuma himself? I don't think Kuma hates the giants. Which brings me to the Thriller Bark. The real reason he went to Thriller Bark was to stop Gecko Moria from reawakening the giant race. Oh, so like Eam's controlling Kuma sent him to Thriller Bark to make sure Moria could not revive the ancient giants? That could be a thing. Yeah, I mean, like, you probably, like, the world government probably would not want the ancient giants stomping around anymore. Like, that probably is. I don't know if Eam directly sent Kuma there for that reason, but I'm pretty sure that the world government does not want ancient giants stomping around, yeah. So, that's, like, just one example of the theory. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Do we have a name? Hold on, let me just make sure here. See here. Got some stuff on Usopp, Luffy's mom, Dion. Thank you, Dion. I will look through this. But yeah, I can't read through the whole thing right now on the stream. Sorry, man. All right, we got that. All right, now, I opened that one. Okay, this one is from Raul. This is the highlight. I mean, this is all really nice stuff. But when I opened this one, I was like, ee! Okay, get ready for this. This is really cool. There's a couple of things I think in here. Oh wait, no, it's just the letter in this. Yeah, okay, no. All right. This is great. This is amazing. A signed Robin Wanted poster by her English VA by Stephanie Young. Thank you, Raul. A million thank yous to Raul. And Stephanie Young wrote to Matt Crawford. That's weird that Stephanie Young wrote my name. That's weird. Okay, like I don't know. Like thank you. It's just weird. Like Matt Crawford. I'm like, all right. Teching 101. So to Matt Crawford, Teching 101, Stephanie Young, Nico Robin, and that's so cool. Thank you. It's so surreal. It's surreal is what it is. It's surreal is what it is. Yeah, I'll give you some pocket lint for it. Ah, joke's on you. I already have pocket lint. Ah, man. Okay. Letter. Let's see here. That is proof it's to you and not just a random autograph. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just that it's weird, like surreal with my real name being on the autograph. It's just like, he's like, whoa, I never thought like that would happen. You know, Stephanie Young, the voice actress for Robin, writes my name. It's just never thought that would happen, right? All right. What's up, Teching? This is my first fan letter. You're an amazing YouTuber. My first... Oh, wait, hold on a second, guys. Okay. My name is Mr. Marcos. You see that name in your chat, that's me. I don't think I've seen you yet, but you might be watching this in the VOD, so in which case, hello. Let's see. So if you see me, that's my name in your chat. I'm also the one that mentioned I'm making a manga. Update, I'm going to start doing auditions to find an artist soon, because I like to draw. But I have 2 broken hands, so that's funny. I make my manga, and it's published. I'll send you a copy. Thank you, Raul. You send me that? Like, there was also I have upstairs in my bookshelf a Devil's Luck, Devils in the Moonlight manga that somebody gave to me at Anime Expo. So I have that in my bookshelf up there with the rest of my manga. So you finish that manga and you get it published, send it over to me, and I'll read it. Do you listen to metal music? Here are some bands I would recommend to you. Ice Nine Kills, never heard of them. Asking Alexandria, I've heard of them. Bring Me the Horizon, Falling in Reverse, I've heard of Falling in Reverse. Devil Wears Prada, which is a movie but is also a band. Escape the Fate and Alisana. I've heard of Ice Nine. I've done Asking Alexandria, Avenged Sevenfold, and Falling in Reverse. And Devil's Wears Prada I've heard a little bit about. I like Amon Amarth. My friend Pimmer got me into Powerwolf. I don't know if that's heavy metal. But yeah, there's Powerwolf, Amon Amarth, and I honestly think those are the only 2 main ones. I've listened to others, but I can't remember sometimes when I'm editing, I'll just have like generic metal playlist over here, and I'll just be jamming out to that. And I won't like look and check to see who who's singing or what the band name is or what the song name is. It's just kind of like generic playlist. But those are the ones that immediately come to mind. Yeah, I like Powerwolf. Yeah, Powerwolf's really good. I've used Powerwolf in my D&D campaigns before. All right. Let's see here. Okay. By the way, I hope you enjoy Nico Robin's English dub voice signature. She's chill, and when we were talking about our favorite Robin scenes, we talked about it and we got kind of emotional. I choked up and she was comforting me. She said she was happy that fans are connected with her characters. It was such an amazing experience. Stephanie Young is such a sweetheart. Aw. I'd like to meet her someday. That'd be cool if she's ever at a convention I go to. I've met Michelle Ruff before, and Michelle Ruff was really cool in person. I think she was really tired, though, because like she had just finished like a 2-hour long like autograph session, maybe I think even longer than that. And then I was part of like, and I had like a backstage pass, like premium pass thing. So there was a separate signing for just us. So it was like me and like 12 other people in there. There wasn't that many people in the premium thing. And she came in and she was, she's like, hey, everybody. And we're like, hey. And we talked to her a bit, but you could tell that she just had a long day and she was probably just really tired. And after this, she just probably wanted to go to dinner and go to bed. So talked to her for a bit. She signed some stuff for me and took a nice picture. Hold on. I got a thing in my eye. Yeah. I think I'm good. Well, that was. All right. Vikings love black metal, and I think Oda knows. Oh, yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of metal references in, like, Swedish death metal references in Elbaf. Yeah. All right. So for this next one, he asks me a couple of questions. One is like okay, so if the MCU, the DCU, so the DCEU, all characters were mind-controlled, and all dead characters from both universes brought back to life, also mind-controlled. All characters. I wrote this down in a separate document, because the handwriting was like a little bit bunched together. So I was like, I need to like write this down in a Word document to kind of like understand the full way. So, okay, so this is the game. It's a little bit of a game here. Okay. So the characters from the MCU and the DCEU decide to invade Earth and hunt you down. They will take 2 years to travel to Earth. You have the power to summon any of these universes. They vow to protect you as their favorite content creator on YouTube. They will train for 2 years to get as strong as they can before they invade. All right, so I think I'm just kind of dead, because if every character from the MCU or like the DC and Marvel universes are coming to kill me, I'm kind of fucked, right? Because, there's characters in there that can like rewrite reality and change the universe, right? Oh, Lily's here. Thank you, Lily. But anyway, I could choose anybody from any one of these universes. Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, Deadman Wonderland, Death Note, Dr. Stone, One Piece, Devilman Crybaby. I'm going to tell you, like, Bleach is on here, let's just say any anime world. I'm going to probably pick Dragon Ball, but, like, even if I guess Dragon Ball and, like, the Omni King and the new, like, king of, like, the Demon Realm that was revealed in Daima, and Super Shenron, like, that's my only hope, I guess, right? Like, otherwise, I'm just fucking dead, Like, and he also says you can also summon any item, object, or other thing in the universe. So, okay, I'll pick the Dragon Ball universe, I'll get the Super Dragon Balls, or I'll just ask Zeno to hide me. Yeah. Like, or help me escape or something. Oh, Alucard is strong, but Alucard's getting wrecked by Superman. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, if Superman and all, like, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk are all coming to kick my ass, like, like, I think the Dragon Ball Gambit is, like, the only option. Gambit is coming to kick my ass. Maybe One Punch Man, too. I mean, yeah, maybe One Punch Man is an option. But otherwise, I'm just kind of dead. The next question is, would it be possible that Dragon and Shanks were close childhood friends, and Dragon offered Shanks to join the Revolutionary Army, but he declined? Dragon tells Shanks to help him in his own way. Dragon asks Shanks to watch over Luffy while he's on his own journey. I don't think so. So Dragon is 55, Shanks is 39, so there's a 16-year difference there. And we know Shanks spent his childhood years on Roger's ship, and at that same time, like, while Shanks was, like, 12 years old on on Roger's ship, Dragon would have been 28, and he would have been out there already starting the Revolutionary Army. You know what I mean? Or the freedom fighters and stuff. So I don't think Dragon and Shanks have any connection to one another, really. I don't think certainly Dragon told Shanks to, like, watch over my son or anything like that. It's another example of, like, I don't think everything in a story needs to be, like, interconnected. Like, the only reason Shanks was at Fuchsia Village was because Dragon asked him to be there. Like, I don't like that idea, really. Nah. What if the final hasn't been... Okay. What's this one, actually? Let me just check to make sure here. Here we go. What if the final? No, it says, yeah, what if the final hasn't been introduced yet? During the final war arc, let me set the stage. Oh, this is like him proposing a theory on like the final arc. Okay. 3 siblings have grown up competing with each other. They are Eam, Roxty, Zebek, and then the final brother, the baby brother. They have all 99 victories over each other. The brother who gets the 100th victory becomes the head of the family and inherits a power to rule the world. For their final competition, one of them needs to find the One Piece to inherit this sacred power passed down from generations. I like that idea. That sounds a lot more like Toriko with like the 3 brothers, Midora, Jiro, and Ichiryu. Like that sounds more like Toriko than One Piece to me. I don't think that's like a very specific theory. I think Eam's been around for at least 800 years. From what we understand, Zebek is not like an immortal being. He was a really strong pirate like 40-something years ago. And apparently he's dead now. Even if he's not dead now and he's still alive, and he's like super old, or maybe he had the eternal surgery performed on him or whatever, I don't think he's as old as Eam was. You know, it's a kind of like a neat storytelling device. Like, you know, there's 99 victories and whoever finds the One Piece becomes the king of the world or the king of this family. But I just don't think, yeah, like, you said it best right there. Bongus. It doesn't sound like it would fit into the One Piece like story right now, like the political way that this all shakes down, with the way that the Tenryubito have kind of set themselves up and everything. Like they're like 3 brothers fighting to see who would be on top. It seems like Eam is firmly on top right now, and there's nobody that's even really challenging Eam to the throne. Maybe Joy Boy did like 800 something years ago, but nobody since. But it's an interesting idea. This war will make Marineford and Onigashima look like child's play. With that being said, thank you, Teching 101. I'm grateful for everything. You're funny, cool, and a hard worker. Keep on doing a great job, Matt. All right, thank you, Raul. Thank you for the letter. Thank you very much. I got to frame this and put it up on my wall somewhere. I will have Robin's voice actress's signature up on the wall. I have Whitebeard's right here, right next to me. All right, so that's all the fan mail. Thank you so much for everything. I don't know why I said it like that. Thank you so much for everything, princess. Thank you, guys. Thank you a lot. All right. All right. Yeah, open that. Okay, good. All right, let's go back to, we have like maybe like 10, 15 more minutes for questions. And then we'll probably end the stream here. Yeah, because tomorrow we have One Piece D&D. Probably not going to do a video tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to take a break because I have been making them like crazy. Next video will be the Very Good's Devil Fruit ability, though. The Berry no Me. We're going to get back to the Paramecias there. What I'm going to probably do is do like 2 Devil Fruits in a row and then do a video about like the current story of One Piece. And then back to 2 more Devil Fruits, at least until the manga comes back and, like, the chapters. Then I'll obviously have to do the review, and then, like, the follow-up chapters after the review. I'll have to do all that jazz. So that'll be the way that goes down. But for right now, that's our setup. I think the next chapter, officially, it's going to come out, I think, on the 20th. Unofficially, probably the 16th, 17th, somewhere around there. So probably next week. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Whenever the spoilers come out. All right. So let me turn Super Chats back on here. I already had dinner. I had just a sandwich and some leftover stuff. I had so much food in my fridge. I had curry. I made that shrimp. I made chicken. My friends came down. I made salmon the other night. So I ate kind of all the leftovers yesterday. And then for lunch today, and then for dinner today, I was just like, oh, I actually have to make some. I have some kale in there I want to, like, saute up with something. I have some risotto. That's kind of it, though. Yeah. All right. So let's go through some questions for a little bit here, and then we'll end it out. Yeah, that's probably good right there. Yeah. Oh, I love to cook. Cooking's great. Do you think Enel will come back? If so, do you think it would make sense to come back during the LBAF due to Viking coding he has? Yeah, I mean, like, Eneru coming back at any time, I mean, I'm sure Oda could work it in somehow, like, even if he came back during Wano or some shit. But, yeah, I mean, like, right now, about as good as any. Bring him back. You should be able to send a super chat now. I turned it back on. Maybe refresh if you don't see anything. We looked into this. I think Chopper's real bounty should be something like around Usopp's. So like around 500 million, maybe a little higher, maybe 450 or 650 or something like that. Maybe not 650, maybe 450 to 550, I'd say for Choppers. Do you think Loki's pen pal could be Eam? Some people have actually said, and I'm actually kind of thinking about this one, Eam's pen pal somehow is Shirahoshi. Because they both kind of have similar tragic backstories. Shirahoshi being like talking about all the horrible stuff that happened to her and her mom and everything. And then Loki being like, well, if I was in your shoes, I would have murdered all of them. And Shirahoshi would have been like, okay, well, I don't want to do that, but, you know, I was really upset at the time. I've seen some theories about it, and it's not a crazy idea. If Arlong saw Luffy punching a celestial dragon for a if Arlong saw Luffy punching a celestial dragon for a fishman, so Hachi, and also a member of his own crew and one of his closest friends, Hachi and Arlong, would that have been enough to change his views on humans? I doubt it. I really doubt it. At best, if Arlong saw Luffy punching a celestial dragon to save Hachi, Arlong would have probably looked at Luffy and been like, all right, you get, I won't try to fight you here, Straw Hat. Get the hell out of here. I better not see your face again. You know, like, that's probably going to be, like, that's the best Arlong would do. He's not going to say thank you. It's just not in Arlong's nature. What's the difference between Luffy being the 5th Emperor and him being one of the 4 Emperors? Will someone else become the 5th Emperor? Because the 5th Emperor was like, just like, there is no 5th Emperor. The 5th Emperor was kind of like, Luffy's really powerful. That's his, like, new title as 5th Emperor, right? He's as strong as an Emperor. But there's only 4 Emperors. That's kind of the whole system that's in place. It was more of just like, he's getting there. He's on road to become an Emperor, you know? And now he is. Any suggestions on starting a One Piece D&D? Love you. Thank you. So I know a friend of mine that's in a One Piece D&D right now. See, I am very particular, because I have read the story a lot, so I know a lot about all the powers and everything. You don't need to know about it that much. Just have fun with it, because that's what D&D is. If I ran a One Piece D&D, I would have to sit down and come up with a whole system on how Logias work, how Haki works, how Paramecias work, how the zone transformation works. Like, is that an action to transform into one of your forms? Like, I would have to figure all that out. You don't need to do all that. You really don't. It's easy enough just to take 5E, the 5E D20 model that Rustage did, and just add some One Piece layer over it. And we've had a lot of fun with it. We kind of come across the problems as we go about it, like how Haki works. You can kind of create whatever system you want. It's just a thing. Like, think about some simple stuff. Like, what happens if you're a Devil Fruit user and you fall in the water? You should probably come up with a special rule for that. What happens if you're a Logia and you get hit by a non-magical attack? You should probably come up with a rule for that. You know, how does Haki work? You know, you should probably come up with that. You know, just think about how it would work in the story. You don't have to, like, sit down and write out, like, a 10-page dissertation on how Haki works in D&D. But, like, just maybe, like, a couple of paragraphs to, like, this is how this works. This is the kind of rules you make and stuff like that. Who the fuck cares about Buggy? Get out. Get out. Everybody cares about Buggy. Are you kidding? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Look up that animal for an ancient zone. Do you think Shanks went to Fuchsia to see Ace? No. I don't think Shanks went to Fuchsia for any other reason than just we needed to port and find a place that we can hang out and we won't get, like, murdered. All right? Like, no one's going to try to kill us if we dock here. And that turned out to be Fuchsia. Like the Marines won't find us all the way out here in the sticks kind of thing. Luffy getting ready to hit Vivi. Great aunt if Eam took the body. Okay. I'll have to look it up then. Yeah, it occurred before the dinosaurs. In Garp's territory. It's Garp's territory now. I don't know if it was overtly back then. He put up a sign now. I don't know if it was that way back then. It'd be perfect timing to get Geography is Everything on Merville since we're getting a lot of callbacks to Strong World. Yeah, I need to rewatch Strong World. It's been a long time since I've watched it. I first watched it back in like 2011, and I think I watched it again in like 2015. But it's probably coming up close on a decade since I've seen it outside of like clips for videos and stuff. So I need to sit down and watch the whole thing end to end. Do you think that the water in Law's name refers to the rising water levels in the world? Maybe. I don't know about that one. Law's parents, like, Law's mom at least, the lineage there, maybe not her specifically, but, like, seeing where that name Water came from. Oh, wait a minute. Did Law say that the water name was also a secret name, like he shouldn't share with people? Or was it just the D? Maybe Water is like an aristocratic name. I was thinking it could have been one of the 20 families. But I don't think it was one of the 20 family names. Because if that's the case, then that causes a lot of other problems. But maybe it was just a very high-ranking aristocracy family. Like maybe Law's mother was like maybe part of a royal family that ruled a kingdom at one point or something like that. I don't know. Maybe not her specifically, but her father or mother was a queen or some shit, you know? I'll make videos on the movies. We'll get to movie 7. I'll try to get movie 7 done this year. I know we're in January, but okay, we got 11 months and like 15 days. Yeah, the water was secret too. Okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. Hold on. It looks like Santa came through. Yes. We got some great stuff from Lily. Thank you, Lily. Okay. Now, let me look up really quick Law's like the chapter with Law's name revealed. No, I still haven't finished the live action reviews either. I should probably get those done. I think I'm just going to do those right before season 2 comes out. Chapter 736 of 763 is when his full name is revealed. So let's look that up. Okay. So chapter 763 Law's name. Okay, Trafalgar D. Water Law. But I'm actually not supposed to tell anyone that name. The D is an alias, and Water is my secret name for generations. Oh. And then Buffalo says, that's not a very interesting story. Buffalo, shut up. Buffalo, shut up. Okay. Water is one of the 20 families. It's one of the 20 families. I can't imagine any other reason why it wouldn't be. Law's mom was a celestial dragon that left Marijois. This has happened before. This is not something uncommon. There's a lot of celestial dragon families. You know, some of them at some point had to leave. Homing could not have been the first one. All right? You mean in 800 years, the first one to leave was Homing. I guess the first one would have been the Nefeltari family. So, like, the second one to leave. So, the Nefeltari family left 800 years ago. And then 800 years go by. And then Homing leaves. No. Some left. Some have definitely left. There you go. I have a video about this idea. Oh, everybody go check out Amanda's video on it. But yeah, I will mention that at some point because, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. The Nefeltaris just don't need to hide it because, yeah, they don't need to hide it because they left at the beginning. They were one of the families. But this family, like, let's say Law's mom, because Law's mom, we know what she looks like. I don't think Law's mom is going to be important. It's probably not even her that left. It might just be like her family left a few generations ago. Like Law's mother, like Law's great-great-great-great-grandmother might have left Marijois and set up family somewhere in Flevance or around Flevance, and then generations later, Law was born, you know? Something like that. But we know Law's mom. We know what she looks like. Hold on a minute. Aizen with Bankai versus Gaimon with an awakened jacket fruit. Well, nothing can beat Gaimon with a jacket. Like, so, Gaimon easily. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not even like, I mean, growing a conscience, yes, that's probably the reason why she left. This is Law's mom. Oh no, she's distorted. Hold on. This is Law's mom. So it could also just be like, I'm sick and tired of living in Marijois. Like, this is just not the lifestyle for me. Like, it's sheer, utter opulence, but it's like excessive opulence. You know what I mean? It's like really excessive opulence, and everything's like gold and diamonds and shit. Maybe some people didn't like that, and they were like, I'm leaving and going somewhere else, you know? And it was like, okay, you can leave, but you can't tell anybody your real name kind of shit, right? Yeah. Do you think the kids of Elbath will see Luffy in Gear 5th and see how fighting isn't just violence and can actually be fun? Yeah, I think that's going to be a lesson there, and Colin's also going to learn some stuff along the way. Colin will learn to be a little nicer. The other kids will learn. Like, there's going to probably be a scene where all the kids have to join together and, like, fight an enemy or something. Like, but we don't want to fight. It's like, well, you have to defend your homeland. Okay. It might be something like that. Ichigo and Rukia forever. Yeah, Daniel. Ichi Rukia. That's how it goes. What if the man on Elbath is Roger? The one killed on the gallows was a clone made by a devil fruit. I really don't want there to be an easy way out of that. I want Roger to be dead, you know, because that really is the catalyst for the whole story. By the way, the catalyst for the whole story, he's not really dead. I don't want that. Buggy finds the One Piece. Luffy calls for a Davy back challenge. Luffy, Eam, and Buggy for the One Piece. The only issue there is I don't think Eam would give a shit. Like, Buggy would, Shanks would, Law would, but I don't think Eam gives a shit. I don't even know if Law would give a shit, but Eam wouldn't care. Eam's not going to play a Davy back. He doesn't give a shit. Lily's last name was Water before marrying into the Nefeltaris. Maybe. But I think if it was before the Nefeltaris and Water itself was not a family, like one of the 20 family names, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. Yeah, I think it has to be a family name. Because we also, there's like, okay, 20 families. We know Figarland. We know Don Quixote. We know Manmeyer. We know... Shit, is that it? We don't know Roswald and Charlos' family name. We don't even know if the Gorosei names are like, is it the Ethan Barron family? Is it the Top Man family? Like, we don't know. Nerona, because Eam Nerona. So that's 4, I guess. Nefeltari, 5. I think those are the only ones for certain. Yeah, we know 5. We know Don Quixote, Nerona, Nefeltari, Figarland, and Manmeyer. That's it. That's all we know. So we got 15 more family names to go, which I hope Oda will reveal all 15 at some point. Even if it's just in one page of like, here's a list of all, even if it's in an SBS, here's all 20 names. Fine. But like, yeah, we need to know that. We can assume for the Gorosei. So if we assume it for the Gorosei, so like, Jay Garcia is 6. Shepard is 7. Ethan Barron is 8. Top Man is 9. And Marcus is 10. I guess. The Marcus family, I guess that works. The Top Man family, okay. I guess anything could really work as a last name if you want it. It's just weird for, I mean, I guess Marcus is you could find somebody with the last name Marcus in our world, but it's typically like a given name. Yeah. We'll see. All right, but anyway, yeah, we're about an hour and 45 into this, so I'm about done. I'm out of water. So there's that. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably end it there. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. A little bit later than I normally stream, but I want to get this out today because I was kind of cleaning up in here today. I was kind of doing like a New Year kind of office shuffle. You can't really see it, but over here, I cleaned up a lot of my shelves. Like you see my nice hats up there. You see Ace and Luffy's and Sabo's and then a Viking hat. That was so much crap that was shoved up there. So I cleaned all that off. I wanted to sort through all this fan mail. Sorted some of my costumes around. Maybe I'd do more skits this year. You know, I used to do skits back in the day and everything. That was really fun. So yeah. I just read that Kizaru brought Luffy food during the fight. This hurts. If Kizaru's stronger than Luffy, in your opinion? It's one of those things where if, like, Luffy and Kizaru fought 100 times, I don't think Luffy's going to win every time, and I think Kizaru's going to win every time. It would have to be one number in there. Who wins more? I'll leave that up for power scalers to decide. Yeah. Winter cleaning. It's like the beginning of year cleaning, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, that's what I did today. Not much. All right, well, take it easy, everybody. You all have a really good night. Would love some skits. Yeah, I just got to do more skits. I have all these costumes. I bought a new vest. I got a silver vest that looks really cool. I got a giant box of ties. I got a giant box of not like funny ties, but like different colors of ties. So I'm set for ties. I got an astronaut outfit. I got Joker's outfit for Persona 5. I should just do the next review dressed as Joker from Persona for some reason. Why not, right? Why not? All right. Well, anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you all for the amazing gifts. I guess I'll consider them my Christmas presents. It was Christmas yesterday. I should have probably done this stream yesterday now I'm thinking about it. But, oh, whatever. Always late to the party. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Rustage's Twitch for One Piece D&Day. If we are doing it tomorrow, I have it in my phone. I didn't double check with everybody, so I don't know if we are doing it tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure. So that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if nothing changes. But yeah, that's it. And then gonna do the Devil Fruit videos after that, and then next week should be back to the chapter. Hopefully, chapter 1136. So I'll see you then. All right, everybody. Teching 101 signing out. Laters, y'all.